In this video, I'm going to show you the frustrations you're likely to encounter if you go with Pipedrive. That's not to say that these frustrations are untenable. A lot of them are easily manageable, and you might say, because of the price of Pipedrive, I'm okay, I can deal with these. But the point of this video is to show you these frustrations. Why do I know about these frustrations? We sell HubSpot. We're a HubSpot Elite partner. That is our tool of choice. We come across Pipedrive a lot, mostly in two situations. One where someone is using Pipedrive and they've got to a point where it's no longer working for them. And these are the frustrations that they voice. The other one is someone who is evaluating a new CRM. They don't have one, and it's Pipedrive versus HubSpot. This is the discussion we have. That's not to say Pipedrive is a bad system. It's a good system. It just does suffer from these limitations. These limitations impact two things which are critical when it comes to a CRM system. The first is what I call lead speed, the ability for a rep to go into their CRM system and be presented with a lead that's just left a chat on the website, be presented with a deal that's just expired in terms of its close date, and they need to contact it. So reps on a daily basis need to be presented with a very easy to use flow of activities that creates lead speed. When you faffing around a CRM system, trying to find things to do, it's not a good system. Reps tend to then go to their email and manage things there. So lead speed in a CRM, really important. The other one is data integrity. Are the contact details correct? If the CRM is saying contact this person now, is that correct data? Okay, data integrity tends to degrade over time as people leave companies, as people in your organization work on the CRM system. A good CRM degrades a little bit slower than a lesser CRM. And what I'm going to show you is that Pipedrive suffers from a few niggles that make the data integrity degrade quite fast over time relative to other CRMs like HubSpot or Salesforce, for example. So lead speed, data integrity, we're going to consider those as I show you these frustrations. Let's jump in. Welcome to Pipedrive. So this is a pro account, and if I go into it, what I can see here is the view of a contact. And if I look for the telephone number, there's no validation here. So I could go 083 300 1000, and I can say it's okay, a mobile number, that'll save. I can get an extra number in here, that'll save. I can even save that. The fact that you don't validate a number in a CRM means people are going to put poor data in. At the very least, it should make us add a complete number, okay? That's a complete number, but I can easily drop one, and it happens all the time. We all do it. And now I've got a number that doesn't work, okay? If I go over to HubSpot, if I do that, it tells me it's not validated. It also uses my location to put the country number in. Much, much more sophisticated. I can remove that if I want, but why would I want to? This is a little tool that keeps the data accurate. One of the most important things to track in a CRM are communications. Now, we can see over here that I've been tracking some communications. We do it in HubSpot as well, obviously. If I email myself, I'm going to say test for a web demo. Okay. And over here, I'm going to say track the opening, and I'm going to send it. So that's going out. I don't know if you noticed there, but it told me that this has been tracked. And hey, it says this has been opened. It's not even in my inbox yet. So let's just refresh. Oh, there it is actually. I haven't opened this. but it's telling me that it's been opened one time. What's actually happening here is that a human hasn't opened it. My email's just double checked it for spam, and it thinks that I have opened it. So I'm a sales rep. I think this has been opened. It actually hasn't been opened. So we can say that we've got everything, and we're using the professional, so we've got email tracking, etc. Doesn't mean it works properly. This is my next gripe with this system. So I've actually got HubSpot plugged in here. I've also got Pipedrive plugged in here. And I'm just going to call this testing 1, 2, 3. Hello again. And I'm going to send this email. And because I've got it plugged in to Pipedrive, testing 1, 2, 3 is going to track here. But here's the problem. I cannot tell the system to track certain emails and not. So every single bit of communication is going to go into the CRM. I only want to send certain emails, maybe ones with proposals. All the communication is too much. There's a lot of back and forth that goes on, and some of the email communication just isn't required for context. So we want to be able to control what we send into the CRM. Equally, I'm going to go and see if this has been opened. And what I'll show you is that it won't be, because tracking from the email client does not work. It only works if we send emails from here. So I have a new tracking email notification. I'm not sure what that is. Let's refresh this. It's told me this has been opened 3 times. Okay, I have not opened that a 3rd time. All I've done is potentially left it open. Yeah. So now it's been saying I've opened it 3 times, and I've actually only opened it once. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and have a look. Okay, there we are. I'll open it. Right, and we'll wait for it to see if it starts tracking there. I can tell you that it's not going to, because the tracking only works if you email out of Pipedrive. When it comes to HubSpot, right? Let's just say, okay, so I'm going to actually send an email to this. So it's just a test email that I've got. So let's go, I'm going to just reply to this, in fact. Okay. Now, I'm going to say log this to the CRM. Equally, I can say log it to the contact, log it to the company. I can choose. I can say just log it to the company and not the person. And I can choose to track it. Notice I'm not in HubSpot. And let's actually add a link as well. Just going to add a meeting link. And I'm going to send that. So from my email client, I can do my normal day-to-day work. I don't have to be in the CRM, and I'm fully going to track everything. Equally, I can see this was tracked. Okay. I can also open this up. And I can go into John over here. I'm going to have a look at it, and I'm going to click it, do my calendar booking, etc. I'm not going to book something for the moment. And I can see that it was opened and it was clicked once. If we go over to Outlook, we can see the plugin for HubSpot is there. So let's send it to Lukester, and let's just open this. What this will do is this will read into the CRM record, and we can actually see that it needs to be created. Pops up instantly. Let's go to an email that is in the system. Automatically, it pulls up the records, so I can see the deals. I can track it to the deals, and I can send where I want the communication to be saved. Automatically, it'll just save to everything. I can change the defaults for this. I can also track emails, I can put in meeting links, I can add documents the same as I did in Gmail. This is far more integrated and better working than the Pipedrive integration. And of course, emails sent from here are going to track. If I am to go to goals and I want to track how we're doing against our target, 300,000 Rand for the month, okay? And I want to have a look at the deals that are working. What's nice is that it will do multiple currencies and then do the calculation. I can break down individual targets, but you'll notice that I've got two here. The reason this is like this is you do not have the control to stop users from creating goals. They might not be able to create a team goal, which you can do as a sales manager, but they are empowered to create a goal whenever they want. You can't see it, it's off the screen, but I'm in another browser and I'm creating a new target for myself on a particular line of products. And I'm doing it across all pipelines, and it's a personal goal. I'm going to save it. Now I'm saving this, and I can't change the name until I've actually created it. So now if I refresh this, what's even more frustrating is it's added a third one. So I'm now trying to keep track of the goals that I've created for my reps, and my reps can go create their own goals. If they really want to, which they probably won't do, they might go change the name of it. So I've just now renamed the goal. There we are, my own. And you can start seeing if you've got a team of, let's say, 10 people, how this starts to get away from you and the reporting gets really, really, really crazy. The worst of this, however, is let's say I've got a sales team and I'm going to say the team. I have to create a manual value and I'm going to create a 500,000 Rand a month goal. Okay, let's create it to the end of the year. There the goal is. But here's the thing. This has absolutely nothing to do with the revenue forecast or the deals won. So these are entirely separate. If you do goals in a system like HubSpot, these smaller individual goals tally up automatically to the everyone goals. In this case, let's say you're running Pipedrive for 10 people, for 20 people. You've got to be very, very careful that everyone's targets are accurately set, okay? But it really does take a huge amount of work to keep accurate. And if you take your eye off this, it's going to fall apart. So in practice, these individual goals can cause problems where they don't tally up, and you need to make sure that additional goals are not added by other employees. The big one, however, is looking at your dashboards as a sales manager. You can't slice and dice these accurately. You'll notice if I go look at what Luke's is doing, this deals for everyone just doesn't work. That's because it's not an integrated goal. It doesn't build up from each of the individuals into a total goal. If we go across to HubSpot, I've got a date range, it's from last year. And we can see that this is the goal for everyone, but it has been filtered by one deal owner, by one pipeline. Equally, I can now see the target lines for that one deal owner. So I can see on the same dashboard, by slicing and dicing it by deal owner, by pipeline, the targets and if they've missed it. And I can go through the whole team like this. I can then also go, I don't want to do it just by an owner. I'm going to kill that filter by owner. I'm going to look at the goals for the team. So you'll notice these goal lines increase. Okay. I can also see the activities, and this amount decreases. We can actually see we missed quota in this period. And then what I can do is I can go, okay, whole business. I don't just want to do a single pipeline. So that quota is for that pipeline. I want to go all pipelines, and we can see, okay, we were actually short of quota again, but we can now see all the deals by all the people, and we can see the target line, and we can even see over here we dipped a bit and then came back quite strong. This integrated overall look over months, over years, across different pipelines, across different reps is not possible in Pipedrive purely because everything is standalone targets and goals. Makes a big difference when you rip holistically. Another thing I noticed is that probability is anything you want it to be. So if I wanted this probability of this deal to be 72.33%, how does someone know that this probability is 60%? What does 60% mean? A business needs to define what 30% means, what 90% means. This system here requires everyone in the business to know what their percentage means. Again, this is for a small sales team. You want to grow this. These percentages are just going to be useless. You could never report on them being just this arbitrary number. When we go to leads, we have web form integration, which is really, really important because if you get a contact off your website, you want to be able to get hold of it very, very quickly. What I'm going to do here is just open this for you to see, and I'm going to put my email address, and then what I can do is go at so I can make a mistake. There's no, okay, great, picks that up, fantastic, validation. But now, so not only does it not format things and make it really easy to add an extra number or drop a number, I can actually put letters in here and it will submit, which is kind of crazy. Very, very easy to fix. And there's my new lead, entirely uncontactable. And last but not least are custom objects. If you want to expand your CRM, Pipedrive is not possible. You have lead and deal, which share properties, as you can see over here. Default field, system ID. HubSpot has exactly the same thing. Salesforce has exactly the same thing. You have elements for contacts, for companies, for products, and then they've got a project module, which I'm not going to touch on. But if you wanted to add a custom object here, let's say you're an estate agency and you wanted to add stock into here. So you wanted to have rental apartments. You can't do it. Let's say you want to allocate serial numbers to devices that have been sold to people. So you can track SLAs and warranties. You can't do it. Whereas if you go to a HubSpot, comes out standard with contacts, companies, with organizations and the other deals. We've also got ticketing, which I'm not going to cover, but you can answer tickets here. But we can have flight tickets, providers. So we can create different types of objects that can empower your CRM even further. So understand that with Pipedrive, what you see is what you get. It will never be more. Once you buy a system like HubSpot, you can start expanding it. I hope you found that useful. It was quite a long video, but in some cases, unfortunately, you need to show these things, otherwise people don't believe you. There's a lot more to it, but I needed to keep it a little bit short, so I kept it very much to lead speed and data degradation over time. These are fundamentally important to CRM systems efficacy in any business. If you have any questions, give us a shout. If you don't agree with something, leave a comment below. These systems change all the time and they bring functionality in. I'm sure while this video is online, some of these things might be fixed, but the basic thing I'm trying to get across here is Pipedrive has its place. It's a very good system. It can be priced right and it can do the trick for the right kind of business, generally a small business. If you have plans of making CRM an important part of your business, if your teams are expansive, if they're growing, it's not the right option. You're going to get frustrated and you're going to have to change along the line. And then the total cost of ownership starts to become a lot larger because you're struggling in terms of keeping your data accurate. So you've got to have an administrator who's looking at it all the time. And potentially you might need to change the system in time. So what I would say is rather look at a system like HubSpot, like Salesforce, if you are going to make CRM an important part of your business going forward. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was valuable. Leave your comments below.